looking forward to the holidays. Hope everybody out there is looking forward to the holidays. We don't know when this is going to end. We don't even really know what we're going to talk about yet.
We didn't start.
Grievance unscripted.
Grievance unscripted.
Could get weird.
Unscrewed is more like it.
Yeah.
Oh, touch.
Anytime
do
there's
our-
food screws, we just add more nuts, and that's how it works.
Yeah, there you go. We will
Do
get
an
it.
A to Z.
A to Z.
We just had to continue the tradition from last year to talk about the games we've been able to enjoy that came out this past year and look forward to all the great stuff we're looking to this upcoming 2015.
Oh, I'll tell you what, man. There have been some games this year, and we're looking forward to some pretty good ones over the next couple of years. It's what was the first thing that was on our radar this year? Was it wasn't Arcade?
Star came out before ESO,
Yes.
so
Yep. Yes. It came after ESO. Yeah. So Elder Scrolls was really the first one to really hit this year. Man, I'll tell you what, that brought a lot of people. What did y'all think about that game? Anybody play it?
I'm
Played
a
the-
recruiting officer. Since it starts.
Yeah, he retired and then didn't quit.
Well, I haven't been replaced yet.
You know, I played in the betas, and I was the whole Skyrim thing was never one of the things I was involved in. And I was a little bit involved in WildStar, but then I got into the early alpha of Arcade, and that was pretty much it for me with any of the other games that came out this year.
Well, just to give Elder Scrolls its due, yeah, I had joined Grievance looking forward to that game now almost 2 years ago. And when it came and I was picked to be recruiting officer, and when the launch date came, I had to be on call over at work. I was going to miss the first hour or such of the game launch. And by the time I got home, when you start Elder Scrolls, you're in a jail cell. And I got home, Gormesh, our leader, was still sitting in the jail cell. He'd done 100 invites already in that first hour. And then I sat in the jail cell for the rest of the morning doing the other invites.
The jail cell, I like that term. That's going to be the term for invite channels from here on out.
Oh, no doubt. I
The
know.
jail cell.
But it was a jail cell. I mean,
Yes.
The game starts, you're in a jail cell. It was
Are
a
you
while
all in the
before I
same
got out.
cell, or is it just like a bunch of different ones?
No,
Yeah,
it's just
you
yourself.
sit in a cell. It ends up starting out with a breakout. Okay, next. Other kid had to photobomb here.
Cute.
Very cute. I know Caitlin when Arcade launched, she spent the first month in the recruiting channel. She just stayed in there non-stop. And I mean, they just kept pouring in and pouring in and pouring in. That she didn't even bother to level. She just stayed in the recruiting channel and got people into the guild.
Good commitment.
Doom Kitty.
There's Doomcat.
That was me too. Seems like I never caught up level-wise, right?
Right.
Oh, did we have a Doomcat make an appearance?
On screen. I don't
Oh.
know if it was the
Not the Doom Cat, no.
She's sitting in my lap. That's just where she's at.
Now I played a little bit of Elder Scrolls. I played a little bit of it in the beta, and I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I really did. There were some aspects of it that weren't for me personally, so I gave it a miss when it launched. But as far as graphics, I thought the graphics were very pleasing. It seemed like a really good game. I'm not surprised that it's still around.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
of course it's
hoping
gonna-
to see some more content, but we have had some endgame stuff that they added on.
That's good.
Yeah, I
'cause
liked it. There was just too much out there at the same time. It was pulling me in different directions, and with the script, it was just too much for me. I didn't end up getting that much into it, but I know that we had a very strong following, and it's still an active guild in Grievance.
Yeah, very much so. White's
Yeah,
done a good job.
That's definitely good to hear because I remember when Setsuko was in the beta, there was a lot of rumors flying around that they weren't worried about endgame stuff. So it's good to hear that they've added lots of stuff now.
And it still seem to be the two main camps. I mean, if you're into the PvP, they had Cyrodiil, they had Conquer and Keeps and Steel and Scrolls there. And if you were into the PvE, they came out with Craiglorn and they've modified and added to that for a few times. So they were definitely come up with stuff to please both crowds.
So now in Elder Scrolls, and we'll hit on Arcade in this in a minute, but in Elder Scrolls, the mix of PvP and PvE, hit or miss.
I think it was still mostly geared toward the PvP. That seemed to be the strong point. And of course, yes, when Arcade came out later in the year, that definitely affected things. But I think always Cyrodiil was a big thing. And we Grievance, for the longest time, you didn't have a tabard, you didn't have a guild name over your head,
I remember
and
that.
yet people recognized us because of our unique gameplay. What Influenza had us do out in the, you could see your own teammates if they're stealth somewhere. It's the other guys that can't see you. And when they saw Grievance out in Cyrodiil, when they saw 30 people standing on top of each other, like some multi-legged thing on person moving along, they knew that's Grievance all stacked up on each other.
Hey, Moklo, thanks for the follow. Well met. There's Liette.
Oh, there's the baby.
Hey.
Yay! Hello, beautiful.
Hi. Sorry I'm late. We had a massive meltdown of Doom. I don't know if you can see him this way. Small person? No, can't.
So
Okay.
did you put him down officially?
Yeah, we heard y'all gonna put it down.
And
There
we
was some
feared for
discussion
the
about
worst.
that.
Kind of feared for a little
Feared for the
chase.
worst.
How could
You
you?
know, touchy. We're on the edge of our seat, and you're going,
Yeah,
"Oh
the
my
laughing's
god!"
not cool. The laughing's not cool. I would like you to have a screaming infant on your shoulder for a half hour and just.
Been there, done that.
Oh, I've been there, done that twice.
Mm.
Mr. I, thanks for the follow. It's Elder Scrolls launched. Now there was a hey kitty, there was a really big game that we've been waiting for about a year and a half, and that was by Carbine, and that was WildStar. It the marketing videos were unfreaking believable. They were entertaining. Absolutely loved them. The character races were engaging. The classes were well thought out. It had just about everything you'd want in a game.
And then it launched.
And it even launched good. I'm not going to discredit launch. As far as launches, they got DDoS like most games do nowadays when they launch. As far as launches, it was a really good game. But 5 months later, it's hurting. It's doing bad. So, I mean, what are y'all's opinions? What went right with WildStar? What went wrong with WildStar? Because I know we launched that game with between the Dominion and Exile factions, we launched that game with probably between 500 and 600 members, Grievance members, starting feet on the ground day one.
I honestly, to start out with, I feel like that game had just so much hype. Like, their promotional and advertising team was phenomenal and amazing. And I'd love to see them do other games too, because they did such a good job, especially with their Twitch stuff. It was all amazingly done. But I think when the game actually launched, people were so hyped up and like so excited that it just didn't meet that hype, and a lot of people got disappointed because they were overhyped.
Yeah, it was extremely hardcore too, especially when you got towards the end game. It was a second job, and that was a lot of people can't do that anymore, especially with Grievance and the way we approach games. A game as a second job just isn't in it for us.
Yeah.
So that I think was an issue with it too.
To a lot of people that I know that played the game, or streamers that played the game, is that when you got to the end game, it literally was like a job. It took forever to get anything done. And me personally, I didn't play the game because I didn't like the animation style of the game. That just wasn't for me. It reminded me too much of WoW, which I didn't like for the same reason. But the game itself seemed like the premise of the game seemed great. But I just thought that they probably overreached, because they made a lot of promises in the game that they were very slow to fulfill. They were supposed to release content on a regular basis that didn't happen. Just things like that. So I mean, I think the game itself, it started out with great intentions, but I think that it just was too overhyped and it didn't deliver on a lot of levels, for a lot of people. Because I know a lot of people that started playing that don't even touch the game anymore.
Can I ask something? As a
Mhm.
non-WildStar
Yeah.
player, I noticed a few people are mentioning in the chat here about raid attunement and that being difficult. So, like, what would you say if, like, those of us that played EverQuest? I do remember that one could sometimes be too hard for attuning to something. Then, I mean, are we talking about something similar, or
Well, I'll let Memo
how's
speak
that?
to that. I never played the game.
I
only
never
just saw
got I never got to the raid level either. But like Selenis is saying in channel, it's getting there. They're working on it. It's not like it's a done game. It just I kind of agree with the overhyped thing, and it's not going anywhere, and they will. I do think they'll get there at some point. But it was just incredibly difficult.
Now,
Where for me, who is extremely lazy, it took a lot of the fun out of it.
well, with me, I'm not very Twitch oriented, so all the dodging, jumping, and moving around was really for my personal play style. I like to play a tank. I don't like to move around a lot. I like to move the mob here, move the mob there. I don't like to have to roll out, roll in, roll sideways, and that's my personal preference. But for somebody like me that's used to tab targeting and kind of old school, it just wasn't my personal cup of tea.
Yeah, same here. And the color-coded things on the floor. I mean, you'd have zones and this and that where you had ground effects that were, went in a certain order. It just wasn't for me. But I mean, they're tweaking it and tuning it, and I think at some point it's definitely going to get there. I mean, it was a great game in the early levels before the difficulty extremely ramped up. The questing was fun. The humor was spot on. It was just in game to where things started to, get just, crushing.
Yeah, and then we had a member that was playing that was colorblind, is colorblind. And as far as the circles and all the patterns and stuff, he was having a really, really hard time with them. And it was a problem that they didn't address by launch.
I remember
That isn't the only game that does that.
Guild.
We've had that in Star Wars and EverQuest too.
Right.
Yeah, 1 in every 10 guys is typically colorblind. So you get 100 people, you're gonna have some.
Yeah, and I remember I even put in a suggestion that they put little patterns in the circles. So, like, if it was a dodge circle, then maybe have, like, horizontal lines through it, or something. And if it was a heal circle, stars or something, some type of pattern in the overall circles and things you had to dodge and the healing rings that people who couldn't see them might be able to differentiate it at least. But I guess that just wasn't in the coding. Now, Marissa, I know you played it. What did you think of it?
I actually enjoyed it a lot. It was when I got to the end of the game that it stagnated for me. Because I wasn't ready to really raid and get that involved with it on that level. I didn't have a great experience leveling up with a co-op. It was definitely designed for the solo leveler, and that was really exciting. I'm sure many people that are listening to this right now happened to pop into a channel when I was in there with Stunner and heard all that. That was just
Yeah.
of this world.
Yeah, we won't go into that.
I thought it was a very fun game. I loved the humor in it. With a little bit more love with the rating and such, and not even just rating, just not be such a what am I trying to say here? This is
Cluster?
PvP. This is it's a cluster. It's like a ball. You know those cartoons, the dirt scene. When they pretend to fight in a cartoon and there'd just be a dust cloud and like arms and legs with
Okay. Oh my gosh.
That's what it reminded me of. It was just outrageous AoE fest. It was unbelievable. So it was fun, but I don't know. Maybe it didn't feel cohesive for me.
And sorry if our volume's off, everybody. I really have no clue how to fix that. Dash couldn't be here at the last second, so we're just winging it. Turn it up as loud as you can, amplify it, do what you got to do with it. My apologies once again. It is what it is.
I've noticed that more with a lot of games because that was ESO as well as WildStar. You'd get to the point where in combat, yes, you might have to move. You'd have to watch for something, and either suddenly throw a block or dodge roll. A lot of games seem to be coming out with stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Guild Wars 2 kind of started that trend of active moving around and stuff like that, not sitting in one place, even the tanks, you know. And I think that has a place, but I think that they are trying to cater more to the console type gamer, because that's the type of games you play on a console with a controller where you can react. But if you're playing with a keyboard and a mouse, it's kind of difficult to react quickly.
Yeah, it really is.
Situations like that, it's not because it's too fluid. You know, if you had a controller, I think you would be able to react better. But, you know, it is a developing genre, and more games are doing that, going to that Twitch reaction to things. Even Rift, which is a more traditional MMO, has Twitch things where, we used to call it stay out of the stupid. And that's basically what it is like get out of the stupid. And so you were constantly, you know, not in a stationary way, even though the tanks could, you know, were able to move around in a certain area. The DPS and things like that always had to be on their toes. But nowadays the games are making it so that there's like 50 million AoEs, and you have like this tiny little spot that you have to get to in 2 seconds, and so it's kind of difficult in that respect. So
yeah, you know. I agree. I was just thinking that like a lot with more MMOs coming out these days seem like you want to play with them with a controller rather than a keyboard.
I missed the big guys. Sorry.
I
I saw it on the screen. I was like, oh wait.
I missed it too.
Yeah, but so what do y'all think? Monthly subscription or going to free to play soon?
Subscription.
For which one?
For WildStar.
I think they should go free to play if they want to get their numbers back up. Personally,
I think that it won't be too long before it's free to play, because going from where they were when they started to where they are now. I think in order for them to survive, they're probably going to have to go to something like Rift did. Rift was a dying game at one point, and they switched their model, and it literally rejuvenated that game. So if it's done right, I think it'll bring a lot of people in. Because right now, a lot of people don't want to commit to paying $15 a month to something and not getting enjoyment out of it. And, you know, if it's free, you know, and they have alternate ways of paying, like Plex and, you know, whatever type of credit, then I can basically play how I want to play. If I want to support the game, then I can buy the in-game currency and support my game that way than having to take money out of my account every month. But that's just how I feel about it. So
I just hope they don't overdo it and it becomes a pay to win, because it's always awful when a game becomes pay to win.
It's always a delicate balance there.
Yeah, but I absolutely agree. I think that in order for them to get their numbers back up to any respectable numbers, they're going to have to go free to play. From what I'm hearing, there's hardly any people in there at all, and you know they can't be doing well.
Game too, which is another thing that, you know, they should let you free download it and then give you time to play. I mean, you still have to purchase the game, so that in and of itself is an expense. I mean, it's still, I think the last time I saw it was like $30 or something like that. So
but as you know, as Creed's saying in there, I mean, it saved SWTOR. They brought that back from the brink.
Yep.
Free to play, and they have a nice balance in there to where it's, you know, you can buy the fluff.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's
the game
fluff.
going.
Yeah, as long as it's fluff.
It's always questionable. It's a very fine balance, and we've seen that with so many games that have either been free to play from the beginning or start out. Yeah, Neverwinter. Here we got it again with Arcade, where it's a very fine balance on, you know.
Yeah, I still think that Rift did it the best out of all the games that actually went.
They have done a very
I agree. I agree.
Went from a pay game to a free-to-play game with, you know, in-game purchases. Nothing is too overpowered in the store that makes you feel like, okay, I have to buy that in order to compete. So.
Well, and nothing's there that you can't get through the game except for ornamental type stuff like different types of mounts or, you know, that have the same speed as some things you can get in games, just different. So
And you can earn that stuff too. You can earn the ability to get the mounts if you play through the loyalty program.
right. All right, so the next game that came out after WildStar, and we had a really cool get together after WildStar. We'll get into that later. But the next game that came out was kind of under the radar for some people. I know myself and Soul Guardian and a couple others had our eyes on it. And actually, the alpha launched right around the time ESO did, a little after, I believe. And that was Arcage. And,
I was trying to figure that out. You didn't name me. I was the original guild creator in Arcade.
yeah.
I was in there on, servers were up 5 minutes. I was in.
Around our real life get together, there was a lot of people that were Arcade and a lot of people getting talked into it. And then people are bringing out their portable laptops that are already into it, and they're showing everyone's looking over their shoulder.
Yeah, but in the way it wasn't hyped as ESO and WildStar was. In no way, shape, and form. It was through word of mouth that people were hyping up Arcade by playing on the Korean server, because I did also. That's how I got into it. I played on the Korean server with an English patch, and I got to actually play the game. So that's what hyped me about it. And so in seeing Twitch streamers, I think also made that game extremely popular. At one point, if you logged onto the front page of Twitch, literally everybody was playing Arcade. So it was hyped in a different way. It wasn't like they didn't have the media machine like that was behind WildStar.
And that's so interesting for Tryon, because Tryon advertised the hell out of Defiance on TV and everything else. Rift, I mean, every channel out there. The Weather Channel had a weather advertisement for Rift. Rift's forming. You remember that one? But with Arcade, zilch, no advertisement.
With the whole Korean tie-in with XL Games, that may have limited them there. And love it or hate the game, I mean, when they launched that alpha, that wasn't an alpha, that was a finished game that we were pretty much playing there. So
just needed translation.
Yeah, you just, everything was still in Korean, but I mean, who reads quests anyways? Come on, folks. I mean, there's one person out there that's going to I read them and follow them. I remember this one quest from so-and-so. But anyways, it launched at day one alpha. You dropped in, you're playing a finished game pretty much that just needed some tweaking over to English. And, I had some fantastic times in alpha. I didn't really have issues with the game till it actually launched. The alpha was alpha and beta were a magical time for Grievance and Arcade.
Yeah.
So yeah, alpha was fun.
You had to pay what was it? You had to pay a good price to get into the alpha beta.
Worth every penny.
It was.
Yeah.
I got my money worth out of that.
I didn't play it. I just remember doing translations for people, like the
Yep.
Thunderstruck.
Yep.
The Thunderstruck trees.
Deuce would get a hold of you and translate. So you'd have a list of stuff for you to translate and then bring it back to us.
Now, same question with this one. PvE, PvP, hit or miss as far as the way they mixed them together.
Infamy points. I mean, I'm not gonna say the F word on here, but I mean that no, that wasn't wrong. Infamy points. It sounded like a fantastic idea until the only people to fight on your server were on your side.
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think the premise was good. The implementation was spot awful. It was just horrible because I think that going forward, and again, the game is still young here, and they're doing things differently here than they did in Korea and in Russia. I'm hoping that they make it so that guilds can go to war with each other, and therefore you don't have to worry about infamy points because guess what? You're at war.
Yep.
Because if you have people that are douchebags, steal
epic douchebags.
We had contribution of douche canoe. My all-time favorite word.
Don't forget douche hammock either.
Yeah, douche hammock.
Nice.
Yep.
Leanne is always good for those, for sure. I have a few I've written down that are not okay to say right now. But they're good.
I thought it's funny. I got the chat comments here. Miss Littles, I spent 30 minutes at the get-together listening to someone talk about animal husbandry in Arcade.
I
think that was
remember
Dash
that
about the
day.
strawberries.
I don't think you made it last week. Wait, did you Skype in? Because that would be earlier.
No, that was actually Mead.
Oh, that was Steel.
Yeah.
No, that was Mead. Mead, not me. Mead.
Yeah.
The
MEADE.
Gotcha.
PvP,
Yep.
especially the naval and green against red factions, we had some pretty epic times. The naval PvP, I mean, there was just never a part of that wasn't,
Oh,
just an utter blast.
yeah.
When Aurora launched and it ended up being us against our own side, then
Yes.
yeah.
I mean,
That was a bad thing for us.
Yeah, that
I
kind
haven't
of left a
seen it.
bad taste in most people's mouths in
Yeah.
the guild and the game as a whole. So that was
Prior
where,
to that, yeah, to me, it was a fun game outside of the issues.
yes,
You
it
know,
was.
the server
And
issues and
Aurora
stuff. But
was a
I loved it.
horrendous,
Never
you
seen
know.
anyone do naval combat like that on an MMO. That was pretty impressive looking.
yeah, and we were really good at it. As Grievance, we were really good at that. So, but bottom line is that I think that the way the game turned for us when we lost a lot of good people because they couldn't protect the guild the way they wanted to. I
Right.
think that was like the start of the decline and the game falling out of favor for most people, and maybe at one point if they fix that, maybe people that will come back, but I think that's the one area that they really kind of missed the mark on because everything else was so well implemented, and then when Aurora came out, how horribly that went, and hugs, how horribly that went, and then then we basically are fighting our own faction and then having to worry about the opposite faction. It just left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, unfortunately.
Yeah, it really did, and the whole launching of the continents, they should have opened those up from day one, and how they fell. People could have gone out there, fought for the castles, whatever. The way they did it, where you couldn't even see everybody on your screen, and just huge fail.
Well, that was a game engine problem and a lag problem, and I was there and literally watched the guild leader at the time walk up to the last crystal, and yeah, it was a mess, hot mess. Good lord, what were they thinking?
And that part really bugged me, and it kind of still does. It's like they knew that, for at least for us, the way they implemented it, there was literally thousands upon thousands of people in a zone, which was probably not meant to handle that many people, even though they say that's what it's supposed to do. And literally, it was stop motion the whole time. And there were few people who didn't get affected by that, and they were the ones that were able to take advantage. I don't know how they didn't get affected by it, because I think I have a pretty good internet connection and a pretty good computer, and I couldn't do anything. So it was just kind of frustrating. But be that as it may, it's still, in my opinion, it's still a good game. They've implemented a lot of cool new stuff in the game. They've actually added a new world boss. The Crimson Dragon is actually in the game now. They've opened up 2 new zones, the Sea of Drowned Love, the 5-man, and the Raid Instance. So they're still moving forward with stuff, but I think they're going to have to be working really hard to get back those people that really bailed out on them during the course of the Aurora launch.
Yeah, and you would have thought, because this game launched in Russia, a year after it launched into Korea, and they did the castle thing. They waited to launch Aurora just like they did in the U.S. So certainly they had some type of inkling what was going to happen.
Don't know. They just really dropped the ball.
All right, we're going to shift gears real quick. We're going to talk a little bit about MOBAs, because I know Setsuko wants to jump in, and he's got some things he's got to do this evening. So we're going to talk about MOBAs a little bit, and then we're going to talk about whatever Marissa's doing over there in her screen. It's like, wow.
You have something to say?
I don't know. It didn't look like it was going to be very polite.
You can see the hair. It's there. It's stuck to my eyeball. It sucks.
Go flush your eye real quick.
Our complete, approval if you want to go deal with that.
Yeah, I'm going to real quick, though, give the floor to you, Set, and, yeah, I'll be right back. So this doesn't happen anymore.
But tell us what's going on in the world of MOBA, Set.
Nothing.
We can
I
egg you
just
back
needed
on.
to say my piece so I could go to bed.
Wow.
Nice.
Thanks
Nice.
for that.
Good summary. Good summary.
All right, so I know you got Heroes of the
actually,
Storm.
Let's see. Smite came out officially this year, so that was a pretty big deal. League of Legends, there's a big, huge map update, tons of texture updates and stuff like that. We've still got Heroes of the Storm. Actually, Heroes of the Storm is coming up on open beta, or not open beta. Sorry. I don't want to get stabbed by anybody who's like, I didn't get in.
She's standing right behind you, man.
See, that's supposed to be my first MOBA. I'm going to try Heroes of the Storm when it comes out.
Okay, well, closed beta is January 13th, so hopefully more people will get in. I think I know like a privileged 4 or 5 that actually have access right now, but hopefully some more people will get in. But as far as the MOBA division goes, we got formed this year. It's been quiet, but I've been lurking around the background, talking to people, trying to figure out things, and going forward into next year, we're mainly going to be focusing on League of Legends and Smite because they're actually released and out. And once Heroes of the Storm and Nosgoth, those are the other two that are currently they're being made. They're not officially released or anything, but when they do come out, and I expect them both to be out next year, we'll be getting into those as well. So those are the 4 MOBAs that you can kind of look forward to for 2015. And as far as what we're going to do, I'm going to have some open practice nights, basically, where if you want to get together and play with someone, or you want to learn to play a game or something, if Heroes of the Storm is going to be your first MOBA and you would prefer to have someone there who can actually help you learn how to play it, then you'll be able to just sign up on the forums, and we'll get together at a time that's convenient for everybody and practice. And in addition to that, we're going to start doing once a month tournaments, and this is all going to start after the new year, after the holidays. But for those of you who play League of Legends or are interested, that's going to be our first tournament. It's going to be in League of Legends. So aside from that, there's plenty of other MOBAs in production, but they're so far out that they don't really bear mentioning right now. So yes, it's a cat.
It's a big
She's
cat.
actually, she's not that big. She just has crazy fur. She has super fluffy.
What's that, a Himalayan?
She's a Siamese Persian mix.
Himalayan.
But yeah, that's what's going on. So look forward to that stuff after the new year. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, you can always message me on the forums. And before I pass out, happy holidays to everyone. And also Hearthstone. I'm going to keep doing Hearthstone stuff and hopefully get some tournaments or something going for that as well next year. So
Cool deal.
It's on the Android tablet now too, which is very exciting for us.
I am really excited about that.
Very excited. Now I'm actually going to play.
Okay, cool.
It's the only game I can play at work.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
You play phone tag every day, dude. Come on.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
All right, I'm gonna put the pretty one back on here. Thank you.
Cat.
Thanks, Suzette.
That's unfortunate.
Don't fall.
Okay, there's empty.
Yeah, that's good.
That was Lord Garfield.
All right, so we've seen some expansions come out this year. Star Wars apparently had a pretty good expansion. I can't remember the name of it. It's Raven or Revan, excuse me.
Revan.
Oh God, I'll be
Revan.
crucified for that. Which brought new raid content, new quests. Did it bring any new levels? Anybody know?
Yes, 5.
5 new levels. Everybody's 5.
Yep.
Everybody seems to be enjoying it pretty well. I've been meaning to jump in there and take a look at it.
Yeah, they're raving about the story quests for each class, and that I don't remember how much new group and raid content there is, but they like it too. So I've got to hop in there myself and check it out. I've been promising Pat I would, and he said that you have to go through and play every class storyline. It's a very big deal, and of course he has one of everything, so he's played it all by now.
That's like Killam. Killam said he had like 6 or 8 characters he had to level up to 60. I'm like, why? Why? Apparently.
Yeah, I seem to remember when when the expansion came out for SOTOR and 2, we had been looking forward to Arena Commander and Star Citizen, and that got delayed. And SOTOR came out with their own Arena Commander. What am I trying to think? Yeah.
I don't remember what that was called.
That's kind of like a separate little mini game that goes along with it. It's nothing like what we're doing in Star Citizen, because I got back in and played that quite a bit because I was jonesing for Star Citizen, and it's not anything like what we're doing. But I mean, it's a fun little mini game.
I'm biased in games too, but I was saying it was still a nice addition to it, because I remember when that game first came out too, when that MMO first came out, people kind of mentioned the lack of space combat aside from what they call the rail shooter.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that.
Thank you, Creed. And it's kind of on rails too.
Yeah, I didn't like the rails as far as the space thing. I felt like I was playing an arcade game, to be honest with you. Not an MMO, because it'd just be like flying through the tube and everything, and that's what it felt like to me. There wasn't really much of a openness to it.
And I was really bad at it. Anything you could actually hit during that whole thing, I did. So, oops. There's a rock. I got it.
I kind of enjoyed it because it was, you could do it. No one a lot of thought required. The explosions sounded nice, and you could just go in there and blow stuff up. But after doing it over and over and over, it was very monotonous and the same thing over and over and over. Now, Galactic Starfighter was a little different than the at-rail combat they had. It's still within a certain area, but it's different than that. I guess it'd be kind of compare that to Arena Commander, but not with the scope. I mean, you're still within a locked area.
Right. What other games had an expansion this year? Rift had an expansion, I believe.
Battlefield.
EverQuest 2. EverQuest 2 had, seems like that expansion coming out every year.
Yep.
World of Warcraft.
Oh, yeah.
Had a big one.
Had a big one. Hearing a lot of great things about that one. It even made me resub for a little bit and just try it out. Level up a panda, all you panda haters out there.
We saw the streams.
Retiring from a game twice is the max average, or was it 3 times?
I left for 3 years and thought I'd never go back.
Neverwinter had some big expansions as well. They also just recently had the Tiamat expansion, which anybody that's familiar with D&D lore knows who Tiamat is, the five-headed dragon, and that they've been having I know they've been having a lot of fun with that expansion going on now. So I talked to Doc recently, had lunch with him yesterday.
Saw that.
They're still running, they're running full steam ahead. The Lord's still in there holding them back a little bit. But Doc is forging ahead.
Did Diablo 3 have one, or was that last year?
Reaper of Souls, that was the beginning of, was that December? I think it was November or December last year.
Yeah, I don't think it was this year.
We've got 63 people in the channel. Google it.
I just saw the EverQuest expansion this year too.
Yeah.
That's one.
The game is still going.
That's amazing.
I was streaming it the other day.
Someone's talking about Planet 2 or PlanetSide 2.
PlanetSide.
They did have a little more content released. I was gonna check it out. I just have been lazy.
There's so many games and so little time. I
I
mean,
know.
someone's always telling me about a new game, and I'm like, I would love to play that. And I'm thinking, I don't have enough time to play the ones I've got.
Yeah. My
I
poor
supposed to
Steam
add
is full
another
of games
one
I
to it.
haven't touched.
Yeah. When I
I feel
hear
like that's the
Steam
point of a
sale, I
Steam
don't
sale.
even go on Steam. Yeah, when I hear Steam sale, I avoid Steam because I'm gonna buy some stuff that I don't have
Yep.
time to play.
Well, how about speaking of that, anything that you guys are looking forward to coming up that you haven't played or looking forward to playing?
Evolve. Freaking Evolve, dude. Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, did you get to play during the beta weekend, Kevin?
Me? Oh, sorry. No. No, I watched him and it was creepo, so no.
We had a good time. We got a grievance group in there, and we had a pretty good time playing. It was really buggy, and there were lots of crashes, but I enjoyed that game as well. If we could get a grievance group going for that, I would purchase as well.
Oh yeah.
Because I liked the team aspect of it. It was a lot of fun as a team. It
Is
just
it a
seems
console
like
game?
Evolve.
It's everything. It's going to be
Oh,
out
it's
in February, but
February.
January 17th is the big beta, as they call it.
Just
If you
think
own
of it-
what?
Just think of it kind of like as an MMO standards as a boss battle, and that's all you're doing. It is, you got 4 different classes that have to work together to take down a boss mob. That the longer it takes, the stronger it gets.
How do
And there's
4
also
people
a
take down
player-
an 800-pound gorilla? Come on.
Yeah, the boss mob is also played by another human. So you
Yes.
have it's
Okay,
4
I've heard
versus
of it.
1,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of fun. With the beta weekend and stuff, we had a full grievance group playing pretty much nonstop.
Mhm.
I hope there's more to it.
Yeah, it was very, there wasn't a lot of variations. They have added some new hunters, I know that. They've added a brand new monster that they just added like a couple of days ago, the Wraith.
Yep.
That looks amazing. I didn't have much luck with the monster. They killed me very quickly, but I was pretty good on the hunter side.
Dude, when you're a monster and you kill them, you can eat them.
I know, it's awesome. I mean,
It's so
I
much
did
better than
okay, but
teabagging. You level up so much quicker. It's awesome.
Really?
Don't give me that look.
Seriously?
I
Man, what if these
had a lot
people
of
haven't
fun.
showered?
You're a monster. You don't care if they're showered.
If you're a monster and you're eating people, one of these last
Their insides are going to be nasty if their outside's clean. It
Yeah,
does
there's
not
the
matter.
ones they had in the beta right
You can go to like the
Sweated.
stealth one as the monster where you like creep along and move slower and you don't leave any footprints or whatever. And you get the special attack on the hunters if they don't see you, where you go up and you pound them and it knocks them down and you can knock them out at that point. And each one of them spawns 3 times when you knock them out. It's just like Left 4 Dead or Payday. If you get knocked down 3 times, you're dead. So if you knock them down one at a time, because they all spread out, they all got to work together as a group, so that way they can't be seen.
I had a good time with the beta weekend. I will probably be playing it next beta round as well. We can get. It was a whole lot of fun playing it with the grievance group. It wasn't so much just random queuing up for me.
I can be fire. I hit heartburn.
Oh, I'm back.
Yes, you are back.
You are back.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Yay.
Please save us from talking about eating people as monsters.
Sorry,
Uh,
that brief magazine shot I was just showing up there was also Evolve. Game Informer came out with a nice science fiction issue, and that was one of the ones they had a big story on.
Cool.
Very cool. Since we got Marissa back, we're gonna go back to one other game that had an expansion. Tell us about the no, that'll be future. Never mind. I was thinking Final Fantasy had an expansion, but that's coming out in March, isn't it?
you're thinking of Slaughter.
Yes,
Loader.
probably.
Star Wars Old Republic. Good stuff, actually. I had the fortune to be able to play that recently. The new expansion, The Shadow of Odin. Yeah. That's really fun. I haven't gotten too far into it, but the new planets are just spectacular. I so far like this expansion a lot more than I did the Rise of the Hutt Cartel.
Cool deal.
Anybody else?
I like the Hutt Cartel. It's a little long at some points, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Really like it.
Now, does Sorcerer touch on like I think they're called the Grey Jedi Idol? I'm sorry, I just found out those are a thing, so I wasn't sure if those were in SWTOR at all, like as NPCs or something.
No,
No.
you're a candy cruncher. Who's the Jedi? I mean, it's bad. And as a Sith, even your good choices you pick are pretty damn evil.
Well,
Yeah.
you can be kind of neutral, but it doesn't benefit you to do so.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about I like recently found out that like in the Star Wars like book series and all that crazy stuff, like there's something actually called like a gray Jedi or something like that where they're in the middle. So I wasn't sure if there was like
That
NPCs
alternate
of those
universe.
characters in that
No,
game.
that is not in SWTOR.
Well, in the
I
expand.
like that whole line of the. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I like that whole line of thought on Jedi, where they're not, religious zealots like your normal Jedi's.
Well,
But
actually,
no, nothing like that's in there.
in the expanded universe, there's a difference between Sith and Dark Jedi too.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more in detail in the expanded universe. Of course, from what they said with the movies, they're throwing out the expanded universe now.
Yep.
So
Back to the original. Everything that happened in the expanded universe is null and void.
Yep, pretty much. So, go ahead, Wendell.
I'm just saying it's so disappointing. It's getting off topic, but getting rid of the expanded universe. I mean, George Lucas has approved all these.
Yeah, but what could they do? I mean, to try and include that in the updated universe now, there'd just be no way. I mean, I understand what they did. I love the expanded universe, and I've read almost everything I could get my hands on, but there's no way they could do it. It's just not doable.
I just assumed that because I think Lucas had actually written 9 stories. I just assumed that was part of the universe. I assumed he would take that into account when he was approving all these stories.
Yeah, because the last 3 stories are supposed to be about the kids, but now that's all null and void.
Yeah, they're in there, I believe, aren't they?
Yeah, I thought that's what the movie was about.
Yeah, I did too. But I mean, the expanded universe went off into all kinds of things where they became Dark Jedi. I mean, there would just be no way to incorporate that in and have it make any sense because there's so many variations of the expanded universe that took characters in different directions. I mean, you either try to mash it all together or ignore it all.
Yeah, and I think the Vong series, was. You either liked it or hated it. It was a 9 or 12 novel series. It had the death of Chewbacca in it.
Spoiler.
Dude.
Someone make the noise. I can't do it.
Well, I could talk about it because it doesn't exist anymore. He got a freaking moon dropped on him.
Right. The planet was exploding. It pulled the moon into it.
Yeah, it pulled the moon into it. He got squished. All right, so other games we're looking forward to coming out. Star Citizen.
What's that?
That's not coming out.
Now that's 2016, but it's coming out in parts.
We hope it's 2016.
We'll still see Squadron 42, the single-player experience, start this year.
Yeah, all the modules. Yep.
Yeah, and as well as hoping to see that first-person shooter start up, as well as PlanetSide.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to drag you out of that hole because you're gonna be like.
That sounded really creepy for people to talk about.
It's the sound of the alien on your shirt makes.
And the sound effect.
Or wait, no, it's the sound the person makes when the face hugger gets on their face.
And we've already had lots of fun with the Arena Commander, and that just expanded with the patch right before the holidays here, with some bugs. But they wanted to give us our chance to play with it, play with some new ships, and get that. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, they're going to have to put some big ships in because unfortunately I got into the Arena Commander and I experienced something in a game I've never experienced before. Vertigo. It was bad, man. It was bad. I was trying to fly that fighter and I was like, oh, no. So I'm probably going to either give my fighter to my son or just scrap it or something, man, and fly my Caterpillar. So hopefully the big ships aren't going to be quite as bad when it comes to maneuvering like that.
I gotta thank Answer that the space bar is your friend for as far as whatever's going, how crazy you're going. Space bar hits the brakes on it. Then once you take your finger off the space bar, you can quickly get into trouble again. But at least for the moment, you're fine.
Now, what else we got coming out? Black Desert. Black Desert's coming out.
Oh,
yes.
Very much looking forward to that.
I
following that one.
Some beta footage on a stream. It was all in Korean, but I was kind of liking it. Kind of like it. I think it's kind of what Arc Age probably could have been. but we shall see. But
I
I'm
think you
definitely
just hit
looking
the
forward to
bar.
The
Definitely has a
character
lot of
creation is
really
very
great-
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has one
yeah.
of the
Very good.
best character creators since. If anyone, how I don't know how old you guys are. I'm only 29.
Yeah, me too.
Ah,
Wow.
But City of Heroes had the best character creator of any game I've ever played. And I literally would spend hours just making a character in City of Heroes. And this game has that kind of thing. You can literally, every single thing, even the way the hair looks on a person, and skin tone, and the irises, what's in the irises.
bless you.
There it is. There it is.
Happened.
We've been waiting for that the whole stream.
I know the whole stream we've been waiting for her to sneeze.
But I watched the character creation. And I'm like, man, I'll just be like 6 hours just making my character, because you literally, from the top of the head to the soles of the feet, you can control every single thing you make on do on a character, which is amazing.
The
Did you do-
poses in that too, right?
Yes, you can do poses too. Yep.
In City of Heroes, did
Po-
you do the quest
poses?
and the glowing stuff?
Yes.
On Black
Yeah.
Desert, yeah, you
I
can
made
pose your
myself night
character.
vision goggles with that. That was awesome.
I played City of Heroes until they closed it down. I didn't play it like full time, but I always went back to that game. That game was my favorite game probably ever.
Surprised you don't play any DC Universe.
Really?
Just
Don't
wasn't for me.
don't go there.
I enjoy
Not
it.
even close.
I used
Not
to
even
play
close.
it part time.
Yeah, City of Heroes just was the game. It was like an MMO for real for superheroes. It was really, really well done. And unfortunately, NCSoft, this is an editorial, my own views. NCSoft really screwed the pooch on that game. They could have given people the ability to play to like take over that game, and people had money to do it, and they just said, nope, we're not going to do it.
I know a lot of the developers wanted to.
Yep, they did, and they wouldn't allow it. They said, nope, we're just going to shut it down and going to get rid of it. Yep.
That's too bad. Didn't they come out later and say they thought they made a mistake on that?
Don't know. I just know that it was a lot of people were upset about that. They had a chance to save that game and chose not to. So
Nice.
yeah, that just kind of makes me think that really what were you thinking? But,
What were those operations, those raids that you did? What was the name of those? Do you remember?
not off the top of my head. It's been
Those were
years.
the best part of that game.
Yes.
That was raiding.
Yes, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Sorry to backtrack, but Black Desert actually looks really cool. Like, if you level up, your items level up. They're
Yep.
doing invite friend events right now. This looks actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, like if you get to see anyone actually play it, because like it's still in Korean. If you get to see anyone play it, it literally you're like, wow, it looks really, really good for a game.
I
So that's,
might.
The good news for
Check it
folks,
out.
there is a lot
Oh,
of
you
videos out
speak
there on
Korean?
YouTube. And
maybe I'll get you to translate the game for me, all the quests.
Well, I was on the Korean website. That's how I noticed that items and stuff level up with you.
Yeah, we had her translating for us in Arcade.
That's all.
I
Get
thought
your
it was-
information. I'm going to send you screenshots. Just tell me what the screenshot says, so I'll know how to do the quest.
I was gonna say, I thought it was nice. I know Black Desert came out with another video recently where it just kind of had this sky cam kind of zooming through the cities over the different areas of the game and such. Was a pretty nice kind of look at the game, at the visuals of it as well.
Jalapeno, we're talking about Black Desert. Now, Black Desert's set to come out sometime next year. Another game that recently popped up on the hype meter is Skyforge.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into that at all. I have no idea.
Is it the
I've-
sandbox?
It's the where you play gods or something like that.
Something like that. It's supposed to be sandboxy, but from what I'm understanding, no healers.
What?
From what I'm understanding, I could be wrong, but from what I'm understanding, there's going to be no healers in the game. I guess everybody's going to heal themselves or something.
So, like Guild Wars 2 kind of thing?
Probably. Which, if that's the case, I'm going to give it a miss. I don't know. Once again, it's me being old school, but it just seems to me these games that forsake the Trinity just, I don't like them.
It's hit or miss, really.
They had a few games between like Guild Wars 2, ESO, trying to they do really kind of cut down on the healers a bit and try to be like that you as the player have to try to save yourself a bit somehow. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people that kind of miss that, having a healer, having someone back them up.
I like the role of the healer. It's always been a personal connection for me, so I like not just, playing someone who sits back, but I actually like engaging, knowing that I'm saving someone, or if they've died, I'm able to like resurrect them. I actually like the components of being a healer. So I'm always a little sad when I play a game that I really like that doesn't have that. So,
Yeah.
I actually just started healing in games like a year ago, and it's very rewarding. Just I'd play a tank since I was like 12, so I've always tanked. So it was a nice changeover.
Tanking's where it at. I love tanking.
Just a caveat that something that I read about Black Desert, that there were talking, and I don't know how true it is, but they were talking that it was released into North America. If anyone knows about Blade and Soul was supposed to be coming to North America. Big time hype for that game, and then they said, nope, we're not going to send it to North America.
Yeah,
So there have been whispers about Black Desert not coming to North America. So I think that we kind of need to keep an eye on that to see if they do decide that that they're just going to make it a Korean, Russian only. I don't understand why they would. I didn't understand why they did Blade and Soul either that way. But for whatever reason, the powers that be decided not to come to North America with it, which a lot of people were upset about that.
Well, hopefully, I mean, Arcage definitely was popular enough and found a big enough following over here. You think hopefully they'd give Black Desert a shot over on this side.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Because otherwise there's going to be people that are going to be hacking that file to make English patches out of it.
They announced December 5th that Black Desert is supposed to go to North America and Europe in 2015.
Oh, good deal.
Nice.
Good deal. Let's see what else.
I can't read that, so I don't know. Take your word for it. But
There's probably an English translation somewhere.
Let's see what else do we got coming out. We got repopulation.
Got one coming. No.
Population.
Yeah. Repopulation.
I think it's still an alpha, isn't it? Because I keep getting.
Yeah, I've played. It's a true alpha.
Yeah.
They've just got a new build. They've just got a new build that's come out, and it's moving along nicely. But it is a true alpha game. It's not like some of these games that come out and say they're alpha, and you get in, you're looking at a pretty much finished game. It has a lot of promise with it. Still a little early for me to say yay or nay on. I know Grievance will have a presence there. I can't tell people that, but it's still really rough. But it's looking pretty good.
I think it's got a good base going so far. I know you can't say much, but there are certain aspects of it. I can only play it for short periods of time before I just get a little bit too like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
But
same.
again, that's the true alpha feeling of it, which is okay. I kind of like being in on the ground floor and watching it develop and see things change and the ideas of things that are going to come. So I'm excited for things that are going to be coming up, even if they aren't there right now. And I do get frustrated with certain aspects. That's okay. There are certain things about it that really am very excited about that are already there. They're just not polished, but they're there, and I'm excited.
Yep.
So I'll stick with it. I think I will.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel that's pretty much exactly the way I feel with it. It's really early and it has lots of promise, but there's some things that I really, really like and some things that drive me absolutely make me want to switch over to something else.
Yeah, and that's that darn NDA.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all you can,
Yeah.
all you can say
That's
is
all you
that.
can say.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Tell me.
But true alpha, so hopefully it will be
True alpha.
a lot better.
It is a true alpha.
Yep,
all
and
the
also,
bugs
EVE
and
Online has also
issues
been
that go with
releasing a
that.
lot of stuff too. If anyone has played EVE Online or anything like that, I haven't in quite a while, but I keep getting emails and stuff like that EVE Online is still growing and putting out lots of content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty much a steady game. They're to the point now they don't really lose a lot of people and they don't really gain a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's I know we've got some people that continue to play it just part time. They'll jump in for a week or two, jump out for a couple months, jump in for a week or two, rinse and repeat over and over again. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with it.
Yep.
Now there's another game coming out. I know a lot of people are excited about. I'm cautious. What?
Christia, you're like on edge.
What? Speak.
Which one are you talking about?
What are we talking about?
This isn't voices.
Awesome.
Which one is it?
Next is coming out probably the end of next year.
That's not what you want to do.
Is it still all the way to the end of
Not the
next
one.
year?
I thought it was being pushed out to 2016.
They may. It wouldn't surprise me. It
I'm
wouldn't
not hopeful
surprise
for
me.
next year at all.
I've never heard of it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
EverQuest next.
EverQuest next.
Oh, EverQuest next. Oh, sorry, you said
Never heard
next.
of
I'm
it.
like, what is next?
Okay.
Oh.
We've
Yeah,
had
another
EverQuest
game that I'm
Landmark
looking
out,
forward
but
to, but I haven't even. I'm kind of like putting that in my back of my mind because I'm not thinking it's going to be for another year or two before they actually have that ready for prime time at all.
I'm hoping
So,
they do a change in their philosophies.
Yeah, at length, me and Steele have discussed. We're pretty sure the game we were wanting is the one they left on the cutting room floor before they scraped up this one. Is what we're
Really?
thinking because they had a fully game ready to go and put it out, and
Oh yeah,
they
that's right. Then they
decided
said
to
they
go back
scrapped
to the
it.
drawing board, and I think the game they scrapped was the one we wanted to play.
Yeah. I mean, because right now, as it stands, no rating, no healers, no Trinity. How is that EverQuest?
Oh, but you can kind of play that way. Maybe sort of, kind of, if you choose to play that way, because choices.
Yes, yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
confused. I'm just confused by that as by Sony, you know.
Look, you cannot have rating without the Trinity. You just can't do it. I don't care how many times you try to rewrite the book, reinvent the wheel, do whatever you want to do. If you don't have the Trinity, you don't have rating. Guild Wars 2 proved that. I mean, their boss events, their big zone events were nothing but gigantic Zerg fest. Their dungeons.
Rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring a lot of pots.
Yep.
Yeah.
The character style is wrong too for me. It's just not true EverQuest at all for me, and I
Very
know
Disney.
it's between WoW and EverQuest. They tried to find this balance, and for me, they failed. I can't stand it.
Oh, what was
The
funny
lion,
is
Disney.
they went Disney. They
can't
went
stand
more cartoony, and WoW is starting to go more realistic.
I feel like it's opposite year. I don't understand.
All right, Marissa, what are you looking forward to? What I miss?
Okay.
Spit it out, woman.
It's because he doesn't believe me. You have like this wall against this game. I don't know why. Okay, it's Tom Clancy's The Division.
Oh, we're gonna get into shooters. That's gonna be awesome.
It's not just a shooter. It's not Battlefield 4. It's
No,
an
it's
actual RPG
3PS.
MMO.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm glad someone mentioned the Division. I'm glad someone mentioned too because I think that's a big one on my radar. Big one I'd love to explore with Grievance when that comes out here.
Well, also
I am definitely playing that.
So I've only heard about it a little bit from Dirt Dog and a couple others. Tell me about it.
Oh, me?
You brought it up.
No memo.
I don't know anything about The Division, so
It's a third-person shooter.
Most of the stuff I've seen is still like a little old, like back when they first announced it, so I don't feel them up to date. But yeah, it was definitely looking like between the graphics of it, the teamwork, and some of the combat options. Yeah, I hope someone could tell something a little newer than what I saw.
Well, I was actually asking Marissa to tell me about it. Go ahead.
I'm not sure how up to date any of you are, and for those of you who don't even know, so this game breaks down as it's the world post-apocalyptic. You really need to watch the gameplay videos. It's on this really awesome engine called the Snowdrop engine. Any of the footage that you see, it looks like a cinematic trailer, but it's actually in-game footage, and it's supposed to run just absolutely gorgeously. Game is amazing to look at. It's a TPS, so not FPS. I love that. So it's more tactical. The world around you, the physics are incredible. It reacts to things. So if you walk by something like a door, it'll actually move it out of the way. The world, I like that it does that. You can engage in trading with other people that play the game. You can go in and out of PvP if you want to. It is PvP oriented, but it doesn't have to be. It's definitely co-op, and it's a storyline. There's a real storyline. It's a role-playing game.
Who's putting it out?
This is a Tom Clancy thing.
Yeah, who's putting it out? Is that going to be Origin or EA?
See if I'm saying that right.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's Ubisoft. Yeah.
Well, right now, that looks like they had 2 days ago, they put up an overview and introduction to what the game is going to be about. So I guess they're actually, starting to put more information out about it.
Oh, good deal.
You can play it
Now,
on tablet
someone's
as well.
asking.
Just like in Battlefield 4, there's a commander function, but you can do that while people are playing. You can go with your friends and be this little hoverbot thing, whatever, and buff them, and then mark out targets for them. It shows them.
You're a drone. You're a drone. Use your smartphone or your tablet.
Oh, no, that's cool. That's something else I can play from work.
Oh, look at
so
that.
Give away for your friend to jump in and help you out.
Like in the
Oh, this is the one they advertised at E3. 4 people squads plus a commander. Was that it?
What?
I think there was only 3 people in the squad.
Was it 3 people and a commander?
I think 3 people
the
in
game?
command was on the trailer.
Okay.
Playing and then somebody
It
else.
seems like you can get larger groups in that, but that looks like the normal group setup, yeah. And they actually do have classes, Dark Raven, you're gonna love this. They actually have a healer in the game.
Medic!
Nice.
I always play a
medic is a badass.
Well, hopefully they have a sniper.
There is.
So what's the
Yeah, there is.
It's post-apocalyptic?
The flu happens and takes out
Manhattan. Happens. Yeah, and it's not just the flu. The flu causes this. It's an epidemic, but what ends up happening is the social collapse, the thing that we all fear the most. That's why this game is so exciting. Things that scare you, right? So the economic collapse caused the world to be in a bit of chaos. So not everybody's dead. It's just chaotic.
Yeah, I understand that.
Huh. That's pretty interesting.
I just looked up because people are asking about a release date. According to Amazon, the PC release date is December 31st.
Yeah, it's bumping over to next quarter, I would guess. Amazon and
It's
the release
gonna
date
go next quarter.
not a reliable source.
I thought it was heard was later, but then, I looked it up and that's what I got.
This December 31st?
It got bumped out. It was
That's
supposed to be.
No way.
That's what it says, but I thought it was supposed to be later.
No.
It got bumped out. The release date has been moved back. They're actually expecting it during the first quarter of the year.
So sometime
of
before
2015.
April, about April or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to perfect it before they release it, which I appreciate.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to check that one out. I've kind of gotten a little back into shooters here recently, if y'all haven't been able to tell.
Like your Battlefield.
Like my Battlefield. Oh, at
But
least.
again, you're not going out there in a pew-pew fest like that. You're not out there as one man or woman against them all. It's not just about you. This is a true co-op. Like, you have to strategize.
Long as I can snipe, I'm happy.
There with the shooter, he's back there in the rear of the gear sniping people.
But they have female models, right?
Yeah, that's what they.
The first trailers had that.
Yeah, they do. They have female character models for sure.
Nice.
It's already better.
I usually play a guy anyway. I didn't like PlanetSide 2 women were so weird. I'm like, I'm just gonna play a dude. I'm sorry.
PlanetSide 2 women kind of look like dudes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
So what would you have with a game like this? Like, going out to get supplies or?
Well,
actually, of missions. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. the one of the videos that they show that you raid a police station, like it's already empty. You go in and take out like 5 guys, maybe something like that, and you get into the armory and you pick up weapons from the loot containers, whatever. There's weapons, ammo, grenades.
All right, I remember that video. That was the E3 demo they did. Or not demo.
But beginning,
And,
say, hey, you can do whatever you want, and I'm set up for healer right now, so.
At least in
They
our live
have
chat,
more.
Wildstar send link the trailer.
Oh, nice.
That might be the old one. I will check on it in a moment. But they've got some more in-game footage that they've had that were released and showed more like they were inside of a big warehouse, and they were not the one with the police station. It was an actual like underground warehouse kind of deal, and it was very cool to see how you can go through
Well, since
the
they're
NPCs.
releasing sometime in the next quarter, has there been any talk of an alpha or beta or anything like that? Is this all just being internalized? Because that seems like for an MMO, there would usually be an announcement of some sort of beta or an alpha.
FPS too. I mean, they beta those all the time.
So is there any
They did. It was private. It was, you had to be quite elite. I know somebody that got invited to that. They were on a console though, because the game's being released on PC and console. But as far as I recall, they're not going to have. Oh, I might be wrong about that. I may look that up. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if console players will be playing with PC players due to the unfair advantage that PC players generally have in games like that.
Is it going to be a port? I mean, because we have seen some
No.
horrible, horrendous ports. Like,
Not a port. Not a port.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not a port. It is.
That's good.
Being
'Cause
released.
I'm not, anything that's coming
PC
straight
separately.
from console and being adapted for PC, I'm going to avoid like the plague.
No. It's not being released for console first, then PC. It's being fairly designed. Thank goodness. They've got different design team actually, dev team I should say, for that. It's freaking awesome.
That's pretty cool. That sounds like something to look forward to for sure.
I think you start looking at Steel, you're gonna love trying this game too. I'm really looking forward to this game, and I'm not normally as much into the FPS games.
You are a slayer on Battlefield 4, though, Double Swords. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I think we played last night.
Why are you not playing Battlefield 4 with us? Come on. We've drugged almost everybody into there.
All right, let's check this out. I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna try to play this video.
Oh, this could only end badly.
Danger.
It's good. Badly. Danger, Will
If
Robinson.
everything
Danger.
crashes,
No faith.
just fly.
Oh, so far so good. This may be inappropriate for children.
Sweet.
Hide your
Let me watch.
kids,
Where's
hide
it
your
at?
wife.
What's going on?
Sounds like my kind of video.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy.
Oh.
Disaster always feels so distant, detached.
I think that's one of the newer ones. That was over the summer that came out.
And you were saying that's not CGI, that's actual gameplay. Because someone in chat said they had. Oh wait, I thought they said CGI trailer. Never mind.
And if you've been to Long Island, Manhattan, or whatever, it actually looks like those buildings and streets and stuff. So it's
They mapped the actual cities. They really did map them. It's freaking awesome.
That definitely did look like something newer than the ones I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So I know someone was asking in chat too. They were looking forward to, and I'm sorry because I'm excited about this game too, so I have to bring it up. It's H1Z1, and it's actually coming out in January, the alpha. So I know it's kind of, people are back and forth about it, but I actually thought it was.
That's what it's about. I mean, I have heard the name, but I don't know what's the gameplay like, Dark.
Zombie game.
Yeah, it's another zombie game, which I understand, but I never got into like DayZ or any of those. But
No, but it's just another one. I mean,
okay.
There's so many that are
What's
out
the gameplay like? FPS, MMO?
Well, it's more FPS than MMO, I think, because you don't have your traditional classes or anything, and it's kind of, if you played Rust or I wouldn't say 7 Days to Die, but there is a lot of environment things. You have to, find an axe to do things. There are some PvE, there's some PvP, different servers. So if you really hate PvP, you don't have to be on a PvP server. So I do like that option for people. I like to do both, but sometimes I like to try out a game on a PvE server so I can just learn what I'm doing, because otherwise I'll just die over and over and over. So as far as the visually speaking, I think it looks amazing. I watched them build towns one day. They were streaming it on Twitch, and it was incredible. So I do like the environment, and you've got your rain, you've got all those things, and it's gonna, I think, it'd be a little more polished than your DayZ and your Rust and 7 Days to Die, all those. And 7 Days to Die, which I love probably more than any game of this style. I am looking forward to this. So. Yeah.
This trailer looks awesome. I
That
really
trailer
like
is
how.
crazy.
Yeah, it's like the progression of. I think you said it was the flu. You can just see it progressing, but you don't see the actual people. I think that's really awesome.
Well, actually, now
hear
you
it.
see like someone walk. It looks like they walk, but you don't see the people.
Put the first piece back together.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Wow, I have not seen anything about this really.
Yeah, wow.
I haven't either.
It is the sleeping giant.
Wow, I've heard about it. I mean, on certain video game shows, like Reviews on the Run. I'm in Canada, and so they do a lot of reviews like that. They had talked about this game, and the fact that Tom Clancy is behind it. but I haven't heard anything about it since they talked about it. So wow, that
Has there been any books on this?
There haven't been, there won't be. Clancy's no
I'm not
longer with
sure.
us.
I haven't read all of his books. I'm not really positive. It's a beautiful game though. Lots to look
We're all
forward to.
engrossed in
This
it.
is obviously
yeah, I'm
cinematic.
like, not even paying attention.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard
Everything
of
I've
this.
seen about this game, though, has been just awesome graphics like that, and it does seem to be also, yes, a very tactical approach up front to going into battles. Your teammates can pick a specialization either way as you're about to jump into something.
Yeah.
And like you say, that your friends can help with like a handheld or a mobile or something from outside.
Oh, and then they leave it like
That's
that.
cool.
Oh,
That was very cool.
they leave it at where they're about to fight. That sucks.
Yeah, that looked good. I'm really impressed with that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The oldest video, even the fight scenes are pretty impressive. Like you could even see on top of the police station a guy that was shooting from behind a sign, and as the teammates were shooting that sign and riddling with bullet holes, you could see the sunlight streaming through the bullet holes coming through that thing.
Oh my gosh.
And the
I
way
like
the
how
glass
close
was
the car door. Because it's like hanging open. and
Oh
he just
yeah, the car
closes it,
door.
And then gets against it. And yeah, he starts putting up like turrets and throwing grenades. That way you can highlight enemies and stuff. It's pretty intense.
That's pretty cool. So somebody reminded me in chat of another game coming out, and that is actually Wendell and somebody before him, H1Z1. This was the one that Smedley came out and said, for all you Star Wars Galaxy fanatics, this game is for you.
Dark Raven, what was that?
Yeah. I am very excited for January alpha release, Steam. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty cool game. I've been following it since the beginning. I'm a really big fan of I'm a stalker of the developers, so I played PlanetSide with a couple of them. So yeah, they're cool guys. So
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
There's also the new expansion for Final Fantasy.
Yep. I know our Final Fantasy peeps are excited about that. Now,
Haven't
I read
heard.
that's bringing 2 new classes. Professions? 3? 2 or 3?
2.
2. It's 2. It is 2. I read it just the other day.
Google, quick.
Twist. She's failing.
She's busy with college.
I thought I was there's too much going on right now.
Do we know what classes?
Gonna suck.
Dark Knights.
Dark Knights.
Batman? Batman's coming to Final Fantasy?
Dark Knight's confirmed. Like we knew that.
I'm
knew
Batman.
That, and
Okay.
it's
Everybody
gonna
wants to be
pretty
Batman.
bad. It's the level cap though too to level 60 is going to be really cool. That's gonna alleviate some pressure for many people.
New race.
And a new race, which has not been.
Yuguri. I'm not saying it right. I don't know how to say these words. Ooh, train.
Hey, wasn't on my end this time.
You too.
It's the hype train right there.
Good timing.
All right. Wild Star Sin says Dark Knight, Astrologian, and Machinist.
Yeah. Yeah, the dragon people. I was right. I guessed that. I said it's the dragon people. Yeah.
So everybody's going to be Batman.
You can be Batman. Always be Batman.
Always. Whenever you have a chance to be Batman, you should be Batman. Yeah, he's got a cape and a cowl.
No Bruce Wayne.
Definitely.
Are they like Steiner from Final Fantasy IX? I don't think anybody can answer that.
No one got that reference.
I didn't get it.
No, left me out.
Yep.
Now, if you said Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, I'm pretty sure more people would know that one.
Well, no, like the knight that uses sword but casts black magic also from their sword or something like that. That's what
I
Steiner
know who
did.
you mean. Yeah, he's the little guy with the.
He's in love with Beatrix.
Yes.
They
made some good videos with
What?
us.
It's like that. It's
Oh.
from a vein of that, but it's
For PlayStation.
So now, what are you going to do if the expansion for Final Fantasy comes out the same weekend the Division does?
I'll be playing a division.
Oh, division.
Playing the division.
Ooh.
I think we.
I will take time off.
She will get no sleep. No sleep.
No sleep.
As her boss calls and say, "Are you ever coming back to work?"
No.
I'm sick.
No.
I'm leveling my Dark Knight.
Batman? What?
Do you get a sidekick?
Oh, that would go well. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Steel, where's your wig? I was excited about
I
that.
heard that too. I was kind of wondering what was going on.
Why would I wear a wig?
Yeah, you're going to wear a wig.
Marissa?
So
They will not be
I did.
satisfied until you.
I wasn't at all excited
Wig,
about that.
wig.
Just saying.
Lies.
now you're going to wear a wig because you're going to wear a wig, and you're going to wear it, by the way, at Pensacon, which we will be streaming live.
That is going to be fun. I can't wait. That is
You
going
just
to be
be
a
voluntold.
blast.
Hey,
Voluntold.
There was nothing rolling about that. That was just told.
My life pretty much works, so.
I have a wig here I actually have for you. It's I thought this one would look really good on you.
Watch the
Is that a dead animal? Is that a tribble? That's a tribble.
Okay, I would like to
that's
see
a
that.
triple. There you go.
Now you're creeping me out,
On
Memo.
your head.
Come with googly eyes?
It should.
That's making
Yes,
the
should.
Grievance Facebook page for
You
sure.
just wear it.
I think it would fit perfectly on
I can
Steel.
totally imagine.
No.
I can see
no,
it.
I can't.
no, no.
Nope. Nope.
It'll
I
be
can see
beautiful.
it.
Nope. There are things that need to be blocked from
No.
my mind.
Two things you're not gonna see me wear. One's a wig,
Listen,
the
there are
other's a
things
thong.
that you can't unsee yet.
Oh,
Yeah, that's one thing I don't want to have to unsee.
Martine brings up
Open
in the
chat.
chat. Thaman and Bear manned up and wigged up.
They,
Yes, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
recently.
exactly.
Damn it, you were that beautiful pink, bubblegum pink wig, by the way. Bubblegum pink. That was amazing.
Which I might add was not anything I actually own. That was borrowed. I thought
You
I'd throw
borrowed a wig?
Uh-huh.
You borrowed a wig.
Wait.
Just the fact
You know
that
other
says
people
that means you
sweated
have
that,
a
right?
Lice
wig
and
somewhere.
dandruff and bugs
That's too
and
much, fair maiden.
It's actually, you
Okay.
sound like you've done this before. What's your wig
Here.
color?
Hey, Steel, you want me to save you?
save me.
Yeah. Redirect discussion.
Oh, I was gonna talk about Pensacon a little bit more. You know, we've
There you go.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if we have the picture of the booth still up here. Let's see if we got a picture of the booth. No picture of the booth. Yeah, pretty much. But we've got a huge display we've been doing. I've been out there painting about 10 to 12 pieces a day. I'm about a third of the way done. But it's
Happened.
huh?
Nothing.
I was clicking different things trying to find the picture of the booth. But actually I could pull that up in a minute. But it's really gonna be neat. We're gonna be streaming it the whole time. Marissa's gonna be dressed as something.
Something.
Wow.
Let's take
Okay.
marshmallows.
Well, I always say that because she hadn't decided what she wants to be yet. It
I will be a laser pointer. I don't-
Seriously?
a laser cat?
What?
Do you need
What's
more?
that?
Eggy.
There we go.
You keep shooting us, Eggy. I'm
J-
It's
sorry.
not me.
There.
It is.
Being a
I
sore loser.
saw her.
As you can see, we built a pretty big PVC pipe booth right there. That's Kuko's actually standing there. We're going to have monitors mounted on it, have our banners mounted on it. It's going to take up two booth space, actually, is what we have. So it's really going to be a neat presentation, so to speak. We're looking forward to it. We're streaming it live for 3 days straight. It's going to be good times.
And when is it?
It is going to be the last weekend of February, beginning of March. It's the 26th through 1st. I think the actual convention's the 27th, 28th, 20, and the 1st. So, what? Somebody said something.
Yeah.
It's really excited.
Oh yeah, never mind.
It'd be super awesome.
Yes.
It's
Super awkward
hear-
too. Can
Yeah,
you
I think
imagine?
that's
I'm
kind
going to
of a
be
big event.
interviewing people at this. I don't even know how well that's going to go. This is going to be crazy.
It's gonna go amazing.
Oh please, you're gonna do
You
great.
tell
You're
yourself
not
it's gonna
kidding
be
me.
amazing.
Crap. I am asking of the crowd that, hey, if you have some ideas for some cosplay, I need some ideas because nothing's that interesting right now. So
Yeah.
Well, we saw a really good picture of a Hello Kitty Stormtrooper earlier today, so
Yes,
that's
we
right.
did.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
you
we
go.
should
That
do
was
it.
scary. That wasn't a stormtrooper. That was Darth Vader dressed
Oh, I'm
in
sorry.
pink
I'm sorry.
and
Space
tan
Ghost.
and
Still,
Was it?
no.
Hello Kitty Darth Vader.
Some things you just don't screw with, and Darth Vader's one of
You
them.
could definitely pull off Black Widow. There you go. There's
Ooh,
a
There you go.
I'm a
That's
fan
a
of
good
Black
idea.
Widow.
Yeah, that's simple. Simple.
Black Widow.
It's recent.
Sexy as
Yeah.
hell too.
Been in the Winter Soldier. You can pull it off.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's simple. But we could actually just have a forum up there. Everybody pick what Marissa's gonna dress as.
Straw poll.
That's a
I
bad
love
idea.
straw polls.
Yeah, no. Versus say no now. No.
Wait, what? What is it?
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Just say yes. Just say
Nope.
yes.
Harlequin,
don't
there's
listen to
always
that.
a good
Harlequin's a good
I'm
one.
on your team here.
Ooh,
Say no.
Harlequin's too. Those are good. Those are good suggestions.
I mean, we just get it open.
seriously
Everybody make
about,
a suggestion
like,
what they
stuff
want to
up
see
there,
her as,
like,
and then we just put up a vote.
That's a good idea.
And,
This sounds like a member from Kiss. I've already done that, so that's not going to work. So
and we're trying to keep it semi-gaming related, semi-gaming fantasy related. Kiss isn't very fantasy related. Well, maybe you have fantasies about Kiss, but not I either.
What's that girl from Resident Evil, Jill Valentine's on that time?
Oh yeah, Jill.
Ooh, wait,
She
I
had
got
the
one.
long blonde hair and everything.
Yeah.
I think it was long blonde.
Bayonetta.
With the red.
Bayonetta.
Don't be Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta. Look her up.
Don't
Bayonetta.
be
Blood Rain.
Bayonetta.
I like
Clothes
Blood
are
Rain.
made
There's
out
actually a
of her
movie on it.
hair. Let's think
Oh.
about this.
The hair, exactly. The fact that the hair.
What about?
You could do it.
That's a
Poison
lot of
ivy.
pressure on your hair.
Be a
And
blood
that's a
elf.
lot of hairspray. Just for the record, I don't think you know about that, Mr. No Touchy.
What is
Oh my, that would be insane. I'm not good at that.
No. Her clothes are made out of her hair.
Her hair, exactly.
Think about
What?
that for a second.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
No.
I don't think I'm looking at the right picture.
I
see a
can't
Japanese
exactly
lady.
Google that right now, so.
No
It's
touchy,
kind of-
touchy. No touchy.
I don't think it's going to go over well at a convention.
I think it would, but no.
Yeah, no, that's.
When folks get down to Pensacon.
Somebody link a pic. We can post it up there.
Well, what Grievance Guild has the most members right now again?
What Grievance Guild has the what?
Most members right now.
I would say if you just go by the numbers, or not Final Fantasy, Arcade still has the numbers. Now, as far as people actually playing, WoW is probably, the WoW Alliance Guild seems to be banging out the people, and believe it or not, Final Fantasy's probably running a close second.
Well, no, Rift's right there too.
Rift's pretty big too.
Well,
Oh.
okay. Better question. What was Grievance's first game?
EverQuest.
It was EverQuest, right?
Yep.
Why don't you dress up as an EverQuest character to celebrate like
Fiona Vi.
lineage?
There you go.
Fiona Vi, there you go.
What are you going to be, Steelheart?
I'm going to be Steelheart.
No.
He's in the
How
cover.
about-
Does he know?
Yeah. I have a great idea.
Oh, I'm sure
Either
you do.
dress up as something, or you are wearing that wig.
Neither.
There you go.
I am not wearing that wig.
You know, the Ruins of Kunark expansion had this muscular Ixar on it. So I think if you put on a lizard man, Ixar costume, you can count that as a wig.
I haven't heard anybody talk about this game at all, and I'm not sure what anybody thinks of it. But I know there's that new game Trove coming out that's kind of like a remake of
Yes.
Cube World.
Yes, I kind of like
I
Trove.
played it a
I play
little
it
bit.
casually.
It's in open beta right now, I know.
Yep.
So
I play it casually. It's actually quite fun. It's
I've heard there's a
definitely
lot to
different.
do.
Yeah, there is a ton to do in the game. It's a lot different than any other game out there. It's like Minecraft on extra powerful steroids type thing. Because
Nice.
I mean, some of the stuff that people have built in this game is absolutely incredible, considering that they're just using cubes to do it. But it's actually a really fun game. It's just casual. It's not something that you have to invest a lot of time in, but it's a fun game. I really like it.
And
I
isn't
think
it an MMO?
yes.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. So like
It's
you
an
can like
MMO.
create huge stuff and everybody can see
Yep,
it.
and people can come see it, and you can do. There's dungeons and things like that in it too. So, and they have lots of classes that you can
You have
play.
like little portals you can go through to different places.
And
Only build on your
dungeons.
cornerstone though. Like your home or whatever, you
Mhm.
only have a limited amount of space. You can't just build
Yeah.
like epic mountains of whatever,
No,
huge roller coaster over it. Like you are limited to parts of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think that they're going to make it so that people
can-
can expand those things.
Yeah.
So you can make bigger
Buy
things.
plots around you.
Yep. So on plots. Yep. But yeah, that's actually a pretty cool game. So.
I've been meaning to look into it because I played Cube World for a long time and I loved everything you could do. So
Yeah, if you like Cube World, you'll really love this. This is much better implementation. Too. They did a really good job with this game.
Good deal. So cast wise, what are we looking at? Hello?
Oh, I was gonna answer Rave Child there. Yeah, Trove is by Treon.
Yep.
Yep.
Trying.
Yep.
Troin?
I hate when you say Treon.
Tryon.
Tomato.
No trees. There's no trees.
Well, still, if you're about to go back, I've got one other game coming out this year. I think has been a little under the radar.
All right, what's that?
Made the cover of Game Informer though. No Man's Sky.
Never heard of it.
never
heard of it.
Is that an MMO?
That they would answer that in a rather weird way. Is it an
course
MMO?
they would.
Yes. Are you going to meet up with your friends and guildmates even if you know where they are? No. If you thought
What?
the run from Kinos to Freeport was a long distance, this is much longer.
I did that in
Wow.
2 minutes. What are you talking about?
Fast.
No Man's Sky is made by a small team, and yet they're doing something that even Star Citizen hasn't. They are making a procedurally generated galaxy with millions of planets and a black hole at the center where there's the more risk and reward. And you start off at the edge of the galaxy. You explore, you get credit for whatever you might discover. As you move further into the galaxy, you can get upgrades and such. But the thing is, it's a huge galaxy. So that's the tricky part about the MMO is you and your friend could be on opposite sides of the galaxy, and they're saying the distances across that is just going to be amazing.
See, I'm sorry. If you've got a game where you actually can have friends in the game, but you can't ever get up with them, I'm going to call that a fail. And I have no idea what just happened to Skype.
No.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, what just happened to my
What?
screen?
Why?
Talk about something you can't unsee.
The hell is that?
The
What
next
did you
week is
do?
embassy.
Oh my god.
What is that?
I'm so confused. There was a scary statue in the middle of all that.
Seal
Ew,
that.
you just
I don't know how to get rid of it.
You can't see.
Are you
Private
serious?
farm.
It's
I
what
don't
it's
think
There's a
anybody but us is
Where's
seeing
Dash?
that. It's showing
No,
up
it's
in
on
blocks.
Oh, no, it's showing up. Everyone where it says Grievance Gaming over by your contacts, just click it. Maybe it'll get us out of whatever that
Oh,
thing
there we go.
is.
What
What
are
the
you
hell
looking
was
at on
that?
other screens on the internet?
Yeah.
I didn't touch a
Playing
thing.
this?
Playing Hello Kitty. Now we know the
I think somebody else is logged in
Playing
with us.
Hello Kitty while he does this cast.
World.
See that Hello Kitty stuck in your mind and just came out.
He's
Marissa?
actually playing it while he's doing the cast.
Marissa, we do a giveaway to get this out of our mind.
Yeah.
Alright.
Seal. Do you have the thing?
Nope.
You don't?
Nope. No giveaways.
Wait. No. No. No giveaway.
No
We don't
giveaways
have the
tonight.
point. We can't do the
Why
point
not?
thing without Dash.
Ugh.
It's at his house.
Remember, all the points are geared toward Dash's computer.
We
Yep.
don't have to do points if you don't want, but okay, whatever.
We can do a random roll.
Yeah.
interface. You can.
Maybe.
This
You got
so much
me.
complicated for me.
I don't know how to do all that stuff yet. I'm still learning. I wasn't even supposed to be producing this. Dash canceled out on me at the last second.
You've done well, young Padawan.
Yes.
Except the Hello Kitty.
Except the Hello
Done
Kitty.
great, and what a group of miscreants you have here to keep control of.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt. Including the thing over there in the bottom right. Actually, on the screen, she's the top left. But
It's like,
I've been quiet,
That was kinda
trying
rude.
not to like cough.
Hey,
or
it's
sneeze.
it. Cousin it.
Or
Yeah.
talking to the hair monster next to you there.
all right, so
On here, but up there.
cast-wise and streaming, what are we looking at next year, guys?
Star Citizen.
Well, I was going to
Or Star
continue this
Citizen.
January. As Rush
Star
called
Citizen
it.
this next Saturday coming up.
All right, Star Citizen, WoW. Of course, we got the Grievance news coming out.
yeah.
The 28th, we're gonna cast Arena Commander again, right, Damon?
Yep. 28th at 9 p.m. We're going to be doing some Arena Commander here. It's been glitchy. Hopefully by then they'll have it fixed. And
It should be evened out by then. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. And if it isn't, I'll say, well, Damon told me it would be.
it's already even looking a lot better. I got, if anyone saw, I put up that Mustang Racing and Arena Commander 1.0 video. And I go racing, and there's a few billboards that wasn't there before. Typically in the places where I'm taking shortcuts.
Now
all of a
you know
sudden,
where they're at.
and then there's these, I'm hearing this clicking and these flashes of light. I'm like, what's going on? It's like, it's cameras. There's cameras clicking at my ship as I'm flying by. Oh, so they put a lot into that. It's the new look now.
Yep, we're still moving toward 24/7 streaming. We're doing pretty good right now, about 6 or 8 hours a day and increasing. So
Yeah, hopefully next year, if everything goes well, I'll be streaming as well. Might probably be doing Arcade and Infinity Wars, which is a collectible TCG, kind of along the lines of Hearthstone. I'm going to be streaming that. So that's what I'm looking forward to next year.
Setsuko is going to continue streaming Hearthstone, I know, and then we're both most likely going to start streaming MOBAs again once he starts hitting that up more after his break and he gets back into school and stuff. For the new year, to celebrate the new year, I decided I'm going to go big, so to let everybody know ahead of time so they can plan to be there for the next Wildcast, I'm going to give away a mount.
Ooh,
So,
Right.
that's cool.
and it's your choice, so it can be a $25 or $30 mount. I don't mind. So,
Cool.
we'll do that.
Very cool.
good deal.
I'll be streaming Final Fantasy. I'm actually hoping to get some more people to join me with Final Fantasy.
Who wouldn't want to join
See, I
that
would
pretty
probably
face?
play the
Come
game
on.
if I didn't have to pay for the actual box game. I would probably play it. But
You know they've been giving away for copies of Final Fantasy on the
Yeah.
stream.
I haven't,
It was
I haven't
20
got
bucks or
one.
10 bucks the other
Why
day.
don't you watch the stream?
You gotta watch the stream.
Oh, watch the stream!
You're not gonna get one.
'Cause
I haven't
it's
got
one of
one
those
either.
things, like,
Joining.
it's one of those things like if I didn't have to pay for it, I probably would play it, but I don't want to pay for it because if I don't like it, then I feel like I just wasted my money.
It's not your money you're wasting.
No, that's true if I won it, but I'm talking about if I didn't win it.
But you get the 30 days gameplay, so that gives you at least that 30 days to kind of try it out. That's what we did. My husband and I did it. It wasn't really for us, but hey, it was 10 bucks each or 20 bucks each or something. It wasn't too bad. And if we ever go back to it, at least we've got it in our account. So
Hey, Daz, thanks for the follow. Then,
We got another ship to give away for next Star Citizen as well. We'll be doing another one of those beta packs. There's Arena Commander, one of those starter ships and stuff like that.
yeah, like we said before, somebody said in the channel, Martine did, Frag Time's kind of made a comeback as far as doing some co-op Battlefield and looking to add the Division to that and a couple other shooters as they come out to it. So that was pretty fun. That was a good time last night. 4 of us casting at the same time. That was neat.
That was really cool.
That's been big with our Twitch streaming too. It looks like ever since we put the calendar up, we've been keeping prime time busy.
That's
Yeah.
Rave Child, thanks for the follow, brother. Hope you're doing well.
It was good to see Ray.
Always good to see Rave. Okay, so Final thoughts. I'm going to go left to right on my Skype screen over here. So, Mr. Memo, final thoughts.
Kind of a final thought and a promo. You know, we've been playing a lot of Battlefield lately, and there's people out there that would love to come fight alongside the leadership of Grievance. Steele's playing, Liette's playing, I'm playing. Or if you'd like to come and kill us, come join us and play Battlefield.
Yeah, Martine was killing me last night.
We would love to have you. It's been a great year for Grievance. Bigger things next year. That's all I got, folks.
Dark Raven's playing, Thamon's playing, Eggy's playing. Tried to talk Marissa into playing.
Who got the dog tags last night?
Yeah, we're dragging Strag back in here.
Nice.
And what I like about that game is I am playing WoW part time, but for me, as busy as I can get between life and work, and of course Grievance, it's just nice to be able to jump in a match for 20 minutes, shoot some people in the head, which is oddly therapeutic, and then jump back out.
Yeah, and we get a Grievance crew rolling through it. It is such a blast.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have Liette as long as we wanted to last night, or we probably would have heard and seen some epicness.
There was
cursing, and it never came. The cursing never came.
I know. That's an exciting part with Leah, is hearing her cuss everything out. I think my favorite.
It is definitely a more mature cast.
My first headshot was so exciting and exhilarating.
It's fun. I was pissing Eggy off every time she'd target one. I'd take it out before she got to it. It's like, damn it, Steele.
Snipers, what are you gonna do?
The guy dropped just as my bullet went.
Thamon, final thoughts.
Well, I tell you, the biggest games I'm looking forward to this year is, of course, anything that Star Citizen advances, Squadron 42, hopefully. But on the FPS side, the Division, again, going in it with Grievance, going in it with the team, and such great people that we have here. And not to mention, although we didn't cover it, if one looks out there, there's a whole bunch of Kickstarter games out there that there's been a lot coming out and a lot still out there that will be coming out. And it's just amazing the creativity that you can find out there.
Nice. No touching?
Well, next year, just continuing to play Arcade and hoping that game will right the ship, so to speak. Playing, Infinity Wars, like I said before, and Black Desert. Hoping that is true, that they will be coming here to the North American thing. But just having fun with Grievance guild members, watching Grievance grow as an organization, and hopefully, getting 24/7 stream and being able to build up everyone as as streamers, getting them better, and so we all benefit from it. But I'm just really thankful for you guys, and I hope that next year is great for every one of you.
Yep. Liette?
I'm looking forward to 2015. Just organizationally, we're going to be busy as can be.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, brace yourselves. I hope to stock up on some 5-hour energy because I'm going to need it.
You're going to need 20-hour energy.
No, you just keep chugging them every few hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's QID.
They make IVs. You could just pump it right in.
Sweet. Well, luckily there's like a Starbucks right by my work, so I can just kind of swing in because I need it. But we've got a great organization, and we're going to be great in the upcoming games that we're looking forward to. And I have to say, personally, the only one I'm kind of yay maybe is EQ Next. I hope they do a good job. Yeah. Please, Sony.
I hope they do too.
Please.
Really?
We're all hoping.
I will send you cookies, Sony, if you do a good job with this game. Seriously, and I mean really good.
If you don't, we're gonna send you bags of poo.
Poopy diapers. Save him up, Liette.
Save him up.
Sanity did that.
Because he doesn't produce cow poop. I mean, poopsunder.com, cow poop. Okay.
I've seen his poop.
Oh, I've seen that. That's quite funny.
Not that bad, though. You haven't seen cow poop, have you?
Whose poop are we talking about?
Why are we talking about poop?
This
Yeah,
this
we'll
lane
go
is
out to the
It's
farm.
Thamon's fault. Thamon did it.
Why? I win.
You win.
I win.
Okay.
Conversation came up.
Yeah.
I didn't even
It
have to
all,
bring it up
it all
myself.
went to
You
poo,
did that.
didn't it?
It just happened.
Well, what are you looking forward to? Final thoughts.
Evolve, Squadron 42, being able to actually fly a ship and do okay in it. How we've been doing.
I'll give you some lessons, Whoop.
Oh, yeah, thanks. That's why you drive the recycler, reclaimer. I'm looking forward to the division. If I can get a group in there, I need more people because PvP. If I get angry, I lead a crusade, so that's not good for me.
You're one of those.
I like the. It's just not healthy for anybody around me either.
He shot me. I'm going to travel across the whole map till I find him.
That's right. That's right. Collect dog tags the entire way.
I'm glad somebody is in this house.
Yeah. What?
What? I'm really bad at that game. I died a lot.
If we can take our own team members' dog tags, it'd be a different story, okay?
So you just kill your own team?
I did not.
No, it's.
Well, one of your teammates is sitting beside you, so that doesn't bode well.
Because I went as medic in the last 10 minutes or whatever the match, and there were people that were around here that were dying as well. So yeah,
Friendly
okay.
fire isn't so
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah. Be careful, any teammate that was in arm's reach of me and knows where I sleep.
right.
Exactly.
Dark.
I'm looking forward to kid stuff because that's gonna be fun and
Oh yeah, that's a lot
more
of fun.
diversity.
Yeah, that doesn't
More
exist.
sleep, yes. There
You're
you
welcome for your 3-hour nap to do that.
Asleep.
Dark. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I'm looking forward to streaming more. I was told some of my Christmas presents would help encourage that, so we'll find out what that is.
Ooh, is there a
Go-
Yeti in
go
your
husband.
future?
I don't know what's going on. I have a decent camera and mic, so I'm not sure what I'm getting. I am excited. 4 more days, I'll find out. But I was given the thumbs up to be on more, so we'll
Sweet.
hopefully fill up that schedule a little bit more. And then game wise, I'm gonna be sneaking back into PlanetSide 2. I've kind of been missing the first person shooters, even though I'm not great. The exhilaration of it, I get so much adrenaline from it. It's amazing. But I still want to touch on some of the Steam games because hey, I've bought a bazillion and I haven't played them. So hey, maybe give some away. Steam sales.
Yeah.
And as far as new games, I'm looking forward now to the Division. Thanks to all of you, I had no idea. So I'm very excited. And then Fortnite and Black Desert are my 2 on my radar. So yep. And Merry Christmas, everybody! I heard you all.
Oh.
Wendell.
Well,
And your manly sash with the bow.
thank
I
you.
like the
Happy
sash.
New Year.
Well, I'm looking forward to H1Z1. That's looking kind of neat. Division looks like it could be good. Looking forward to streaming more. Looking forward to Atlanta.
Yes.
Yeah. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And carrying around a camera.
We all do that.
Other than that, just trying to get on more, trying to play more, and trying to stream more. So that's about it.
What about you, Aggie?
I'm empty.
Um,
I'm definitely
Aw.
leaving.
Too.
Definitely excited for
too.
the new year, especially since after this break, which he really needed, Setsuko plans to really up his activity with the MOBA division again, since he's going to run it a little bit more like the embassies rather than trying to push constant MOBA players constantly like MMOs have, because you can't really do that so much. So he's planning for championships, I know, for some giveaways. Excited for Heroes of the Storm coming out. I hope I eventually get in that beta because I haven't. It's just him. Definitely looking forward to continue the Wildcast, and like I said, with the new year, I'm planning on giving away a mount. Happy to keep that freaking cat. It's so cute. Help me.
Yeah. Mom, wasn't me. It wasn't me this time.
I don't know, Marissa. I saw yours yanking on your. Oh, I have one down here too, but she won't come up here.
This is my ginger tabby sensor. He is very camera shy, as you can see.
Uh-huh.
Mine's been banging at the door the whole cast.
What I'm talking about.
That was awesome. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that's F-bombed this channel before. Like at the get together. Remember that?
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, I lost my voice.
Yeah, I don't think that you should interview people like that. No.
Who the are you?
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Ding!
I'm loving, just like everybody else, I'm loving Battlefield 4. I was so happy when I got 2 headshots for the first time in a round. Definitely loving getting up in front of people's faces and plowing them down. Blew up some tanks. That was awesome. So awesome. But other than that, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on Black Desert. If anybody wants a translation of something, feel free to message me on the forum and I'll get to it when I can if I'm not at work. But yeah, can't wait for the new year and hope everybody has a blast celebrating it and welcoming the new year. Hope everybody enters the new year with good health, good fortune, merriment, all your loved ones. I hope they do well. I hope COG keeps up their hard work. Our group me's been amazing. I know Marissa can talk about that probably more than me. But yeah, happy holidays, everybody. This has been so much fun.
Really has. Marissa?
Feel better, Aggie. It's been a really interesting transition time for me, and I would just like to say right now, thank you all for being so patient as I get my bearings with being new COG director and finals and work. It's good. I'm really looking forward to the new year because I'm gonna have everything planned out. We've got some really amazing things coming out. Not just Pensacon, but what happens right before Pensacon with our website. There's just so much going on, and I really would like to reach out to all of you to join up in COG in different divisions. So we're going to have a little thread popping up here soon where you all get to see the different things and different ways that you can contribute to Grievance under COG's giant umbrella, and how exciting it is. You don't just have to stream. You don't just have to do anything like that. You can be a writer. You can be somebody who enjoys making comic strips or fan art, anything like that. Anything that is your own personality coming into it is what I'm reaching for. You're who I'm looking for. And I know that there's hundreds of you out there. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you all. And I really hope that you all watch our 24-hour or however long that's going to be. Not 24 hours, please no, at the get together.
Oh, wow.
What's that thing called? The Pensacon.
Pensacon.
Not 24 hours. That would be a mess.
Oh, yeah.
That would be bad. Nope, not going to happen. So, yeah. So, shut up, Scythe. I'm not going to cry. But thank you all so much. What I'm really looking forward to is Pentacon, our website, meeting all of you, getting more members, filling the ranks of COG, so we can, world domination, take over the world. I like that. So,
yes.
Wigs,
Fair.
I would like that too. And to get together. Yeah! Oh, I'm so excited for the get together.
Right. Damn right.
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking awesome. I'm just not gonna kill myself the night before. It's gonna be great. You guys will
Lies.
be in a better mood this time.
Lies. So. I'll have you and Toby doing shots before you know it.
Body shots. Wait, what?
Come here, shots.
Nice.
Come here, shots.
It's a party now.
Oh gosh.
So how many in the channel are going to the get together?
Hopefully.
Work
Sorry, I
next
can't
year.
do school.
Don't,
Or I would.
don't know.
I've got
Come
miles.
on.
Pressure.
I've got miles.
If my permanent residency comes through for Canada, then I will be there. So I can't
Wow.
leave. It's done. So
But
Sure.
you, Damon, you not coming next year?
I'm hoping to come, but I got to plan around if I have permission to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, I
I'm
got
ready
the
with
2
that.
small kids, and we have another trip going on that we're thinking of roughly the same time. I'd love it if she lets me skip off. It's like, okay, you take the plane back home to Minnesota. There's the kids. I'm going to take a little detour.
Sure.
That
this
doesn't
other
sound likely, man.
That's wishful thinking.
I bet it was good getting to meet you this year.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try to, but my younger brother also graduates high school this year, so I have to be there for that.
Well, hopefully he'll graduate beforehand. Dart, you just got to tell them to move those finals.
I can't. Oh my god! Once you get high schoolers, it just like things get real. I almost said a bad
Oh,
word,
I
but
know.
things change. So
Real.
if they were still in middle school, I'd be like, let's go. But yeah, no, I know I'm sad, and we have miles to go this year too. And like, yeah, I'm sad. I'm sorry. Maybe the year after, if it's a little later.
It's in Georgia, right?
Atlanta, Georgia.
So far as I hear, No Touchy and us, we're the only ones with like real excuses. All the rest of y'all are making it up.
No, they're just making them up.
It's
Right?
it's really
Children
hard.
are real.
My brother, come on. We had a baby.
Folks need to live
I have two.
can't miss fun stuff.
I've
you
got
can
3.
plan for, 2 young kids down in Atlanta, so I can turn it into a family vacation.
See, there you go.
Lots to do in Atlanta, man. They got an aquarium. There's all kinds of cool
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
there.
I think
We
I
need to
remember
drop
one
them
of
off and go.
the one in Florida. I took my kids to.
Really?
My wife was out by the pool drinking. She had fun.
It's also hard for me to get leave, so
That's why you put in 6 months early.
it's so dependent on what's going on. And I can't really talk about it other than that. So.
Yeah, I scheduled my vacation around it, so I will definitely be there. Grievance has come a long way in the last 14 years, and who would have thought even 2 years ago that me of all people would be sitting here with all of you on a stream. I just never thought that. I never thought that would happen. It's amazing.
Twitch.
Yeah, no doubt. It's amazing to see, the technology of it, being able to sit here face to face with the 8 of you, chat with, 50-something people in Twitch right now. I'm always humbled because, like some of you, when I started gaming, we typed. We didn't even have TeamSpeak. We typed out entire instructions. You couldn't even copy paste in the damn game. You know what I'm talking about, No Touchy. You know what I'm talking about.
Whenever you had to tell someone about a dungeon, you had to type out the instructions.
Yep,
Yeah.
and by the time you told
Never
somebody
wrote
they
that.
needed to move, they were dead or wiped the raid. So you had to tell them afterward, okay, this next time, after we got our corpses,
This time for real.
it's been exciting. It's been exciting to see what the gaming industry has become over the last 15 years. I look forward to the next 15 with mostly excitement and a little apprehension for some of the games. Games like Division, which I'd only talked about, never even really watched many videos up until this cast. I'm exceedingly excited about. That looks like it's going to be fun. Yeah, you're right. But
Finally.
that's your one for the year. You get one this year, and you'll get one next year. It's really neat. Just the graphics. We were talking about how good the graphics were when Vanguard came out, and at the time Vanguard came out, the graphics were top notch. You couldn't beat them. But me and Dash got into it not long ago before they shut it down, just to kind of reminisce, and it was like, wow, this isn't what I remember.
Yeah.
But then you look at games like Arcade, the graphics in that game is just unfreaking believable, and ship-to-ship combat. That is amazing. You would have never thought that was possible. It's and then to see Grievance get into these games and where we're going, not only as far as gaming wise, but to see where we're going as a community. The streaming, COG is doing an unbelievable job right now with the streaming. So like Marissa said, make sure if you're interested in streaming with us or getting in a cast or even have any cast ideas, PM her on the forums and she'll get back with you. We are always looking to expand our streams and cast, and this is the second one of these that we've done, and they just keep on getting better and better every year. So kudos to all y'all. We got, obviously, State of Grievance address is January the 23rd. So make sure you put that on your calendars. That is an event like no other.
You do not want to miss that. That is so exciting.
You don't want to miss it. It is unbelievable. And last year we streamed it. This year we'll probably stream it, and I'll probably have some other people on there with me too. Your council president, fellow LLC members, COG director. So we'll get some people in. We'll stream it kind of like this, although the background will be a lot more because I threw this background together literally at the last second. So I apologize for the confusion.